Where were you born?
In a little coal mining town.
Can't remember either.
Sagamore,
Sagamore.
Sagamore.
Pennsylvania.
My dad was a coal miner. And the day I was born, Good Friday, the mine is shut down. And then Dad had to find another job. We ended up, his brother had been working in a job in the switch and signal. And somehow they got together, and he got Dad a job there. And Dad, he worked, I guess about 40 years there.
The switch and signal in Swissville.
And that was in Swissville.
So the day you were born, the mine shut down.
Oh,
The day when you were born, the mine was shut down.
no, I think they shut down a couple of days before that. And then Dad had a job.
So you were born on Good Friday.
I was born on Good Friday.
What did they call? What did your mother call it? She called it something else, didn't she? Good Friday. No. Okay. Good Friday. I thought there was another word for it, but maybe I'm wrong.
No, Good
Okay.
Friday was all I ever heard of.
Okay.
And we moved into this little town in Swissville. I don't know if you know where that's at. Well, that's where we ended up, in these row houses.
And what did you call them?
Bed Bug Row.
In some row houses.
Didn't you call them Bed Bug Row?
Bed
Bed Bug Row?
Yeah, we called it Bed Bug Row. Because it was Bed Bug Row.
How long did you live in Bed Bug Row? How long did you live there?
We lived there, let's see, 1938 we moved back.
Wow.
It's Raymond Street.
38 you moved to Raymond
So-
Street, so you were 13 years old when you moved to Raymond Street.
No, I wasn't. I was still, I think almost still like a baby.
In Swissville.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
And I ended up, and we ended up in school there. It was Catholic school.
St.
It
Anselm?
was
St. Anselm?
St. Anselm's. And, after that, it was when we moved to down to Raymond Street.
In
That
Swisshelm.
was called Pittsburgh.
Swisshelm Park, right? Swisshelm Park.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Swiss. It wasn't Swiss Elm Park
I thought it was.
till a long time after.
Oh, it wasn't Swisshelm then.
People that owned that property and everything back there. There was the Swiss Elms were arranged. The farmer. And but Dad got a house back there. We were really old. We worked and we had to work on it.
You had to work on the house when you bought it.
So yeah, it was an old beat up house, but we made a good survival out of it.
You made what?
We made a good try for being a house.
You made a good try for it to be a house. It was pretty beat up when you bought it.
Oh yeah, it was beat up. We had to fix it.
You turned it into a home.
Yeah. finally ended up at a home. And we worked there. Well, let's see, I lived there till 19...
So you got married, right?
Yeah, 55.
No, it would have been 50.
1955.
52. No, we'll have to be earlier than that, Dad. So you got married.
So we got married, yeah. I met Betsy. Betsy and I went together for 4 years. I moved out of there.
And where'd you meet her?
I met her at a bowling alley
At the Swissville bowling alley.
in Squirrel Hill.
Because she bowled with...
She
Genevieve.
bowled-
Jen.
She bowled
Switch
with my
it,
sister. My sister Genevieve belonged to this bowling league, and I went and took her home a couple of times. And that's when I met Betsy. I took her home, and there was a couple other ones. Wayne, her sister.
Winnie.
Yeah, when he
The
bowled
thing
there.
was, he was leaning on the railing and I was bowling. And I come back and I says to Jen, I says, that guy behind you. I said, he's looking at me every time I get up and bowl. And she says, that guy behind me is my brother, and he wanted to know who you were. That surprised me.
So that's how you first met.
That's how we first met, yeah. I mean,
And you dated for 4 years.
yeah.
But was Mom your first girlfriend?
Oh no, I had.
He just broke up with one.
Yeah, I had just broken up with a girl, but
How many girlfriends did you have, Dad? Quite a few, huh?
I guess about 4 or 5. They were just girlfriends.
Right. Just dating.
Yeah,
That's what you do when you're young.
yeah, just dating them.
But before you met Mom, you went to the service, right? You were in the service before you met Mom.
That's
Before you went or after?
that's my mother.
And
Yeah.
when was it?
That was in.
Was it before you went or after you went?
Yeah, that was before
This was before you
That
went
was
to
when
the
I come home.
service.
leave.
On leave.
Oh, this
was
was when
right,
you were on leave.
I had just taken
And
my
this is
basic.
you in your snazzy uniform.
I had just taken my basic training.
Okay. This is you looking all sharp in your uniform, huh?
Yeah,
Turn it around.
Okay, and this is a picture of all your family in the living room, I think. Your mom and
Yeah.
dad, and that's
That's
Aunt Jen, Genevieve.
It was 11 of us.
Who's
Yeah.
that?
Genevieve.
Genevieve.
And is that Gus,
No, that's Gus, my brother Gus. And then
Agnes?
behind Gus was right alongside of Gus.
Is that Aunt Agnes?
Yeah, my sister Agnes. Yeah, there was 10 of us.
There were 10 of you.
Yeah, there was 10 of us.
10 of you. So there you are looking pretty cool there with your cigarette in your hand and
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like
well,
James
I was
Dean.
on leave at that time.
you were on leave.
I had just come home for 2-week leave. And I was when I went back. When I went back, I had to go back to
Germany.
Fort Bragg in North Carolina, and was there for another 4 weeks, about 4 weeks, and I got sent to Bamberg, Germany. And I was over there for a while before I sort of played softball, and this manager of the softball team, Larson, Leonard Sarsfield, he was from Cleveland, Ohio, and that was his softball team, and he heard that I had been a pitcher, so he got me on that team, and I was on that team for about 2 years, and it was just a regular. We played different teams in the camp.
In the Army?
Yeah.
You played softball in the Army?
Yeah.
I thought I saw some pictures of that, but I didn't know that was when you were in the Army. In Germany?
Yeah.
You played softball?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So this is you and your mom and dad before you went back, and then that's you and one of your girlfriends.
When I was home, a picture with mom and dad.
And was this? You think this was when you were?
After I got home. That's when I was home.
During your break?
Yeah. My leave.
So this is when you were in. These are just a few pictures when you were in.
Yeah, they were in June, and the pictures were. The two bottom pictures were in Nuremberg, where they held the Nuremberg trials for them. All them big shots over in Germany. And this one here is it's an altar that I took.
One of the churches.
Picture I took in Bavaria when I was on a walk.
Did you see a lot of Europe when you were over there? How much of Europe did you see when you were over there? Did you go sightseeing or?
How did I think?
Did you go sightseeing?
Oh yeah, as much as I could. But then I went into the PX, and I ended up running a PX. I was made a sergeant.
You were a sergeant.
Yeah, I was a sergeant.
Made you sergeant.
In charge of the PX. That's that picture there.
That's what that is. This is just Christmas time.
It's just there was a friend of mine I've been at PX, and I took Christmas there. You can see it Christmas time. So we had some pictures taken.
So is this a sergeant's?
Yeah, that's a sergeant. Yeah.
Patch on your uniform.
Yeah,
there.
I think Babe was a sergeant too. He played ball too.
Oh. I don't know. This must have been before. Oh no, you're sergeant.
That was just a walk I had.
Just a walk.
A walk I had taken. That's all. I just seen that thing and took a picture of it. Didn't mean anything.
Who was this?
No, that's when I was home.
When you were home, you got this taken. You look so young. Was this before or after the war?
That was long after. After I come home from the
And
army.
that's Jack Gibson. Is that what you said?
That was Jack Gibson.
When did you get this car?
Oh, I bought that car. I guess I was home. I guess about a year before I bought the car.
It's a Buick.
It was it was a big Chrysler.
Chrysler.
Yeah.
What color was it?
Yellow.
Yellow.
Not yellow.
Wasn't it green?
Cream color.
Green.
Yeah.
Cream. Oh, okay. That's a big car.
Yeah, it was a pain in the neck.
You kept it for a long time.
Yeah, I had it for I guess about 2 years.
More than that.
You drove the wheels off of it. Mama, you remember this car?
Oh, yes. We drove it.
Oh, I don't think it was that long, Betsy. But anyway, I got rid of that. I ended up getting the Buick. That's the car that.
Oh, that's the one I think I've seen pictures. That was a greeny color, wasn't it? The Buick.
That was the green one was a Ford.
Oh, was it? Well, I thought it was a Buick. Oh well, what do I know?
It was a Ford.
We bought a Ford, and I had a Ford for,
I didn't get any of the like older pictures of
couple.
Greg or anything like that.
I had a Ford for a couple of years, and I ended up getting a Buick. Jack was a mechanic
Yeah, that Buick,
in a
1950.
garage, and
Aquamarine.
Hmm?
It was Aquamarine.
Is that when you got married?
Yeah, after we got married.
Do you remember getting married?
pardon
What do you remember about getting married?
me.
Yeah.
Well, Beth went together for 4 years, and I finally made up my mind.
Did you ask her to marry you?
Of course I did.
Do you remember it?
What?
Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Tell me, I don't know this story.
So I just asked her to marry.
Yeah,
We talked about it. Huh?
You gave me an engagement ring.
Did you get down on your knee?
I had an engagement ring. I asked her to marry me, and then she said yes. And so then she gave me I gave her the ring.
Wasn't it? I don't remember.
Where
whether
were you?
Waited till we got out or
Where were you? Do you remember?
What do you mean, in the army?
Where did you ask her to marry you?
was it?
Were you at
in
a
the
restaurant
No,
or
I
were you?
wasn't in the army. It was all over. That was in 1940.
No, I mean, where were you when you asked her?
Hmm?
Where were
Where
you?
were you when you asked me to marry you?
Do you remember,
Living room.
Mom?
In the apartment where we lived.
I don't remember him.
You were in your apartment.
Yeah.
Was Grandma and Aunt Winnie there?
No, it was there. That's where we lived, in the apartment above the drugstore.
Yeah.
And that's where he gave me the ring one night whenever he came over. But it took a long time before we got married.
Yeah.
Why was
He
that?
wanted to get married, yet he didn't
Well, we
want
went together for 4 years.
to give up
and I
running
just-
around with his gang
His
boys.
buddies.
Yeah,
Oh.
There's
And
4
they
other
played the
guys.
slot machines.
Who were the
Other
guys?
was friends.
Who were your friends?
That I ran around with.
Who were they?
One of them was killed in the Pacific. He was on an aircraft carrier, and he got killed on the aircraft carrier. And, he was my best buddy,
Yeah.
and as the years time went by, Betsy and I was going together. I didn't put any time in service or anything then. That was all behind me at the time. But we finally ended up getting married, and
Where'd you get married?
we got married in
St. Coleman's.
No.
No,
yeah, in St. Coleman's.
no, Coleman's is down here.
You
In
got married
Swissville.
at St. Anselm's, but where at?
We got married in a parish house.
In his,
How come you got married in the parish house?
We got
because
married.
you weren't allowed to get married. It was getting to be Easter, and we weren't allowed to get married
In
till
the
after
church.
in church. And 1 month after we were married, you were allowed to go to the church and get married. We got married in the
In a parish house.
parish house.
I always thought it was because you weren't Catholic.
No, like I said, we could have got married 1 month after in May. They let it that you could go into and get married up at the altar. Even though I was in
We have got married on Good Friday because I don't know we had to get married before Good Friday
Yeah.
because that's when Lent started.
Ash Wednesday.
That's when Lent started, and we had to be married before Lent started.
You had to be married. You had to be married before Lent started.
Yeah.
So Ash Wednesday. So here you're getting married at the parish house, right?
Yeah, I got married at the parish house.
This one for now.
Oh, then,
And the thing was, they had us, instead of us being here and the minister, no,
The pastor, the
pastor,
priest,
whatever, priest, was facing the
people.
people. No, it ended up that we were facing the people. And and everybody's looking at us while we're getting married, and I'm shaking like a leaf.
yeah, we got married in
Yeah.
a parish house, which was next door to
Yeah.
right next door to the church. And well, but in order to be married, we had to be married before Lent started. That was a big thing.
Yeah, we didn't want to wait any more time.
What?
You
We didn't want to wait any more time.
He finally agreed to get married, so you didn't want to put it off any longer.
No, we didn't want to
That's
put it
right.
off any longer.
Why? Because he might change his mind.
No, the weather was going to be nice, and I didn't want to get into the cold weather. You know, for
February.
But it would have got worse. March was always bad. Then you never had a nice March. So we wanted to be able to get married, go on a vacation, and not have snow. So that's why we picked that. It worked out. We got a car from Father L. had the coupe, gray coupe. So you got Father L's car. He
Yeah,
gave
yeah, I had
to us to
that-
take our vacation.
At Plymouth, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So over the years, then we had a family. Started with Greg. Greg was our first.
And where were you
Yeah.
living?
I was still living at Snyder's upstairs. Well, after we decided we were going to move out of Snyder's on the second floor.
Where was he? He was
Okay.
working at the air brake.
Yeah. Because we transferred, I mean, we moved out here to get you closer to work.
so I ended up doing some different jobs, cutting the grass and other jobs until I got another job. And I ended up getting a job.
The air brake?
Yeah, at the air brake. And I was doing the air brake for 12 years, and then I got laid off there.
What did you do at the Westinghouse air brake?
I was a grinder. I ran a machine.
All the years you did the same job? You did the same job all those
I
years?
did the same job all them years, yeah. 10 years, 12 years. And they had a layoff. And I got laid off. And they wouldn't, they didn't take anybody back. So I ended up going up, seeing the plant manager to mine safety. I knew him real well, so they took me back, and I was working with the rubber molds and then on till I retired in 1986.
Worked in the tool room.
Worked in a tool room.
Did you work at the mine safety before you went to the war?
No.
No. Father Al did though.
Father Al did, yeah. He was 4 years overseas.
Well, that's when we moved out here to get closer.
We moved down here to get closer to the air brake.
Yeah.
But this is Greg when he was born? Or,
This is great.
and is this at the apartment at Snyder's?
Up at Snyder's, yeah. That's that green couch that I always like so much. Yeah.
And then here's you and Greg hanging out of the car that you were talking about.
Just a picture of Greg
Yeah.
hanging out of a car, that's all.
And then this is Greg when he started to walk. I think we were going to a wedding or something because he was all dressed up.
That might have been Easter Sunday.
So, yeah, it could have been Easter, that's true.
I'll have to dig up some more
I never
pictures
dated
of
anything.
me and my sister because I didn't have those. But this looks like Greg's birthday party, maybe.
They're just snapshots there.
That was one of the birthday parties here.
That was Greg's birthday party, and that's when that wall was there.
That's Hawaii.
Hawaii,
What would be the biggest thing that happened in your life?
what's the biggest thing that happened in my life?
In your life? Yeah, lifetime.
Well, marrying you was one big thing.
I was hoping
I
you'd say that.
So I've got a good wife. I've been married for 60 years. So that's, it can't get much better than that.
I think the second thing would be having the firstborn.
What?
When we had our first baby, would
Oh,
be another good thing in our marriage, and then we have four nice family.
I
And
think
any of them that ever gave us trouble. With the exception
That's a lie.
of about Bonnie was a little.
we had a good family.
Wow.
We had
There's your 4 kids.
four good children.
Yeah. That's all of them.
But then we had
That's the
we
brood.
we had a child that was she had
Yeah.
Down syndrome, and
She's don't talk like her. She's in the past because she's still here.
Yes.
we had her for. Well, we still have her. That's just they have it set up that she goes to a school with a guy that almost runs the school.
This is all your brothers and sisters
Yeah.
at Aunt Jen's wedding.
Had my brothers and sisters, yeah.
And who's the only ones left now? Are you and Aunt Jen, huh?
Right.
Here's you at a family reunion. Do you remember that? Can you see that?
That's no family reunion.
That was at the family reunion.
Look at you with a hat on.
You have a hat on.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was a funny hat contest, and so you wore that. And there's you and your sisters.
And one of the square dancing now.
Yeah, these are my three sisters.
I think one of the best things that we had
After you
Oh, yeah.
retired.
when you retired was when we joined square dancing.
Yeah,
That was good, right? We had square dance once a week. Really liked it.
we square danced for a couple of years.
But you always danced. You guys were always
Oh,
dancing.
yeah.
They danced.
This is Gus and him out on the floor dancing.
Yeah.
That was something that we had.
Then we had joined another dance class group that my sister Lucille and they was
Lucille
in.
and John got us in. That's when we went to visit,
That's it.
I think,
That's picture David.
David,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's no longer with us. God rest his soul. Neither's Aunt Lou.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've had a good life. I can't complain about my family, my children, because I got really great kids. I have a great family. I was lucky to have that. Never had any problems with any of them.
You know, you pick up the paper and read so much about this young one killing someone and this one shot. Thank God that we have had nothing like that in our life, you know. It's just been a normal marriage, is what I would say. What everybody would like.
All my kids know they know how I feel about them, and they know I'd never give up on them. No way.
Because you love them.
I sure do love all my kids. That's the only way this family has ever gone. We love each other. We all do.
Okay, give Mom a kiss.
Pardon?
Give Mom a kiss.
Oh yeah.
Give Mom a kiss. That was a bad kiss. That was better.
Yeah. Good. He's a good guy.
I just-
Couldn't ask for better.
And good, better, best. Never follow the rest. Till as good as better and the better best. That's